My name is Kylie Moss. My lesson is a 60-minute Year 7 music lesson introducing beat, rhythm and basic rhythmic notation. It aligns with Australian Curriculum version 9.0 for Years 7 and 8 music, particularly AC9A MU8 D01, through developing listening, oral and performance skills using the elements of music, from ACARA 2022. My main APST focus areas are 1.2, Understanding How Students Learn, and 3.5, Effective Classroom Communication, from AITSL 2011. Students already have experience hearing and moving to a musical beat, so I use this prior knowledge as a starting point before introducing formal rhythmic concepts. The learning intention is for students to understand the difference between beat and rhythm, recognize and perform basic rhythmic values, maintain a steady beat, and create a 4-beat rhythm. My two diverse learners are EALD learner and an autistic learner. Their adjustments are built into the lesson, so they are working towards the same learning goal as the rest of the class. Explicit teaching is important because students and novice learners developing new rhythmic knowledge. Churchill et al. 2019 highlight the importance of connecting new learning to prior knowledge and providing appropriate scaffolding. I begin with something familiar by asking the students to tap a steady beat. From there, I use an I do, we do, you do approach. I model rhythmic values, students practice with me, and then apply their understanding through echo activities and group composition. The sequencing also considers cognitive load. Information is introduced in small, manageable steps before students work independently, which is important because working memory has a limited capacity when processing unfamiliar information. Sweller 2016. I use short explanations, questioning, purposeful wait time, feedback, visual notation, gestures, and modeling. These verbal and non-verbal strategies support APST 3.5 and are particularly important in a practical music classroom, AITSL 2011. I also avoided the learning style neuromyth. I am not teaching students differently because they are supposedly visual, auditory, or kinesthetic learners. Instead, students see, hear, move, and perform rhythm because each approach has a general musical purpose. This provides multiple ways to engage with the concept without relying upon unsupported learning style theories. Department of Education 2023. ICT is used purposefully. The interactive whiteboard displays a rhythm notation and digital metronome provides a consistent pulse. Technology is teacher-controlled and directly supported the learning intention aligning with APST 4.5, AITSL 2011. Safety and organisation are also important in a practical music classroom. Instrument expectations are explained before equipment is distributed. I use a clear raised hand stop signal and students work in manageable groups. These strategies support participation, behaviour and duty of care align with APST 4.1, 4.2, 4.4 and 7.2 from ATESL 2011. Parents and carers could extend the learning at home simply by encouraging students to clap or tap rhythms with familiar music. Following this lesson, an area for my professional development would be inclusive practical music education, particularly supporting EALD and autistic learners. This connects with APST Standard 6 and the ongoing responsibility to use professional learning to improve student outcomes. AITSL 2011. Differentiation is built into the lesson rather than creating separate activities. For the EADL learner, I used visual rhythm supports, gestures, repeated vocabulary, modelling, and supportive peer pairing. The student can also demonstrate understanding through performance rather than relying on heavily on written or spoken English. For the autistic learner, I provide a predictable visual sequence, transition warnings, clear instructions, and an additional rehearsal time. Quieter percussion or body percussion can be used with the option to perform within a smaller group. Importantly, these adjustments do not lower expectations. Both students are working towards the same learning intention and success criteria. I am adjusting how they access and demonstrate their learning. This reflects inclusive differentiation and APST 1.2 and 1.3, responding to learner diversity while maintaining meaningful and appropriate challenging learning goals. AISTL 2011 and Churchill ETAL 2019. Formative assessment occurs throughout the lesson. At the beginning, questioning and observation help me identify a prior knowledge. During the rhythm and echo practical activities, I listen for a steady beat, rhythm accuracy, and understanding of note values. Feedback is immediate and specific. For example, you kept a steady beat. Now try to make the quavers more even. This gives the students clear information what they are doing successfully and what they need to improve. Churchill ETAL 2019. During the group challenge, students create and perform a 4-beat rhythm using the same success criteria. 2 stars and a steps also provides simple peer feedback. Finally, the exit ticket checks whether the student can explain beaten rhythm, identify rhythmic values, and create a 4-beat rhythm. I combine this with questioning observations and performing evidence rather than relying on one assessment method. More importantly, the evidence determines what I teach next. Students who demonstrate understanding can progress to meter and bar lines, while students requiring further support revisit beaten rhythm through modelling and guided practice. This aligns with APST Standard 5 and demonstrates assessment for learning, rather than assessment simply being something completed at the end. AITSL 2011. Overall, the lesson moves from prior knowledge to explicit modelling, guided practice, and finally independent application. This supports schema development by connecting new rhythmic knowledge, familiar musical experiences, Churchill ETAL 2019, while the gradual introduction of new information helps manage cognitive load for the novice learners. Sweller 2016. Listening, visual notation, movement, and performance are used because they each have a genuine musical purpose, not because they place students in a learning categories. Overall, the lesson combines explicit teaching, purposeful communication, inclusive differentiation, ongoing formative assessment. Most importantly, students actively making music while evidence I collect throughout the lesson tells me what to understand and what I need to teach next.